Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I did just cut off like an entire foot of my hair and it feels so good. So happy with it. So today I want to share some tips with you about how to manage and how to deal with stress so that you can start focusing more on preventative health and not having to worry about catching the common cold that's going around or whatever else is going on. So first of all, I want to touch on a really important statistic that I don't think a lot of us realize, because we always hear about how bad stress is and how detrimental it can be, but we don't actually fully get the picture, I don't think. But when you hear this, you're gonna be like, light bulb moment. So up to 95% of all illnesses are caused or worsened by stress. And just like take a second to let that sink in, because somewhere that I'm finding this very apparent lately for me is when I hear about people having cancer. That is massively brought on by stress. And that's just one example of, just different ways that illnesses manifest themselves physically in our bodies after years usually and years of constant stress coming from different areas. So this is why I really want to bring this topic up today and give you guys 4 of my top tips to help you relieve that stress in your life, because it's inevitable. We live in the 21st century, we have more distractions than ever, we have more to think about than ever because we're just being bombarded with information 24/7. So of course we're going to be stressed, but we can still manage it. We still have a choice over how much we're going to allow in and how much we're going to work on ourselves among those stresses going on. So the first thing I want to touch on is actually the difference between our perception of a threat and what could be a real threat. And so stress is defined as just being a perceived threat, whether that's to our body or our ego. And so the reason I want to bring that up is because, back in the day, if we were living completely off the land, living out in nature, and we were getting chased by a mountain lion or something, that would definitely be a threat. That would be a great reason for your body to be in stress, to get some adrenaline pumping, to be like, okay, you need to run faster right now, get the hell out of here. But nowadays, we get that same level of that chemical reaction. We still get that same chemical response from Facebook, from checking out different things on Instagram. We get that from thinking about our partner having an affair, even if they're not. But, these different kinds of situations that are not nearly as threatening as being chased by a lion or a tiger or anything else that's terrifying, we get that from completely different resources. And so the reason that I want to bring that up is because the more that we can recognize where our stress is coming from and if it's a real threat or if it's just a perceived threat, that just gives us the permission to break it down and be like, okay, this is just me thinking about something terrible happening that I don't want to happen. It's not real. Like, I don't have to focus on this anymore. And that, for me, that gives me a lot of permission to let it go. And so one of the first things that I do that really drastically helps me is meditation and breath work. And so if you are brand new to breath work or meditation and you're like, or if you've tried meditation before and it just is something that's really hard for you, you're like, my brain is way too busy, I can't do it, check out some apps. So one of my favorites is the Calm app, just C-A-L-M, Calm. It's a blue app. That's one of my very favorites, and they have a ton of different options under their free option, and I honestly love the paid version because that one just has so many more options. So they actually have different versions of things in there that are between like 1 minute and 10 minutes long, totally different situations. Like they have things for college students, for moms, like busy at work, if you're having an anxiety attack, like all these different things are very targeted in there. Another popular app is Headspace, which I haven't really used that much. I used it a few times when I was first getting into meditation, but haven't really paid much attention to it since then. I hear it's another great one. And something else that's new that I love by Sam Skelly is actually called Pause Breathwork. So pause, just like the pause button on here. So Pause Breathwork, if you just search that on Instagram, you'll find it, and that is a free, again, these are all free. This one's a free 20-minute breathwork practice. So again, something that's super duper simple and easy that you can do anywhere, anytime, and it just drastically helps get into your body more. And that's the next thing I want to talk about is movement. Movement is my second piece of advice for anybody trying to really minimize their stress. And so movement for me has always been a really great way to get out of my head and into my body, because for me, whenever I'm stressed, that means I'm way too much in my mind. I'm overthinking things, I'm overanalyzing things, And that's where I spend a lot of my time. And so when I can be physical and get moving, for me growing up, a lot of times that was in cheer and gymnastics. Now I'm finding it more through going to the gym, going on walks, being out in nature, doing yoga, just doing anything really, even trying out totally different things, like trying out pole, trying out, what's it called? The like acrobatic stuff, just doing something fun that requires your full attention so that your mind can't be focused on whatever it is that you're stressing about. And I'm gonna touch on the opposite of that as my last note. So avoiding it is not always the best answer, you know, just like distracting yourself and getting your mind off of the stress isn't always the best answer. But I find that when I do that regularly, it does help a lot, because that's at least 1 hour less that I'm allowing myself to solely focus on it. So the next one is fun. So a lot of times I'll infuse movement with my fun. So those will both be the same thing. So like I said, trying out a new like fitness class or some kind of movement class, or doing something with other people. Yeah, so again, just with infusing your day with fun. So get out there, you know, go hang out with people, take a bath instead of a shower, go meet up with girlfriends, get an extra hour of sleep, do some baking, check out Pinterest, you know, whatever it is that you actually enjoy doing and have a lot of fun doing. The more that you do that, the less room you're going to have in your heart and in your mind for that stress. So again, the more just pushing it out, just not leaving extra room for it to be there. And my last one, which I think is super duper important, is just feeling the feels. Sometimes that stress is there, and even though it is still perceived, sometimes it's real, sometimes it's perceived, but even if it is perceived, sometimes you still need to feel it, you still need to go through it, you still need to work through it. And sometimes that's the best way to go through it, to get around it, is to actually just go straight through it. And so, you know, ask yourself, do I need to actually, is there something here that I need to work through? You know, is there a deeper issue here? Because that's something that I'm really finding to be true for myself, is that I'm so good at just being like, you know what, I'm good, I can keep pushing, I can go through this, like, I don't need to really like focus on this right now, I'll just keep doing whatever other thing that I'm focusing on. But then it comes back, and it comes back, and it comes back, and it comes back. And when you find things doing that, it's probably because there's a deeper issue that you do actually need to focus on and work through. And so do that, allow yourself to feel. Take a nice hot long bath or shower and just let yourself cry or laugh or whatever it is that you need to do. And just know that you don't have to know what it is exactly that you're processing, but just allow your body to process it, because we're just energy. Body has things stored. Our body has different emotions, different energies, different memories, different things stored all over in our body. And again, that can sometimes end up being stress, being stored in different places, that ends up turning into an illness, into cancers, into all these different types of things. And it was just energy. So if we can change that energy, if we can manage that stress from day one, from right now moving forward, you have such a better chance at actually taking control of your health, taking control of your mind, of your heart, of your soul, of your body, and really just being able to feel the best that you possibly can. So I hope that this was helpful. If it was, please leave a comment down below letting me know what was helpful for you, or if you have any of your own stress relieving tips that you like to practice, I would love to hear those down below so that we can all help each other, and I would love to hear different ideas from you guys as well. So again, if this was helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will be sure to upload some more videos very soon.